All right, let's just get right into it. If you're a real estate agent, you have absolutely been sold this dream. Get a slick new IDX website, one that pulls in all the local property listings, and poof, the leads will just start pouring in. It's sold as the magic key, right? But what if that whole promise isn't just a little overblown? What if it's basically a lie?
This quote right here from our source material just nails that sinking feeling perfectly. The author, Josh Reese, even with a background in digital marketing, he bought the whole pitch. He launched his site expecting it to be a complete game changer. And instead, he got nothing. Crickets. I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that for a lot of you, this feeling is painfully familiar. You pour in the time, the money, all that hope, and then you're just left standing there wondering, okay, so where are all the clients?
And look, this isn't just one person's sad story. This is a massive, widespread problem. You could call it the empty digital storefront. You've built this beautiful shop, but it's on a street that nobody is walking down.
And here's the real secret, the thing they don't tell you. The problem isn't usually the website itself. It's the expectation. You're made to believe you're buying this amazing automatic plug-and-play lead magnet, when in reality, you're just getting one little gear in a much, much bigger machine.
So let's start tearing these myths apart, shall we? We'll begin with the biggest, most dangerous one of them all, this belief that a new website just magically creates its own audience out of thin air.
Oh yeah, this is the big one. The idea that all you have to do is hit that publish button and you've basically sent up a flare that the entire internet can see, and that Google will just start sending paying customers your way.
And this right here shows you the brutal, honest truth. On the left, you've got the expectation. We picture our new site shining like some beacon that Google instantly finds and rewards. But the reality, over on the right, search engines couldn't care less. To them, you're just another grain of sand on an infinite beach. And let's be clear, going live is not a marketing plan.
So here's the reality check. Without an active strategy, your website is just a really pretty, really expensive brochure that's just sitting on a shelf in a completely empty room. You have to actively drive people to it. We're talking paid ads, search engine optimization, video, email marketing. You have to do the work. Because no traffic plan means no leads. It really is that simple.
Okay, let's tackle the next major misconception. And this one is all about how you think you stack up against the Goliaths of the real estate world.
Right. We think because our site has that cool MLS search function that all of a sudden consumers are going to ditch the platforms they already know and love, like Zillow, and come to us instead. That's kind of like opening a Turney Corner bookstore and thinking you're going to compete with Amazon on selection. It's just not going to happen.
This slide lays out the battlefield perfectly. In Zillow's corner, you see their superpowers: insane brand recognition, total SEO dominance, and a mountain of cash for advertising. You can't win on that turf. But now, look at your corner. Hyper-local experience, community trust, and a real personal connection. That is where you win.
So this is the whole game right here. You can't outrank Zillow, but you can absolutely outrelate them. You have to stop trying to beat them with technology and start playing your ace card, your local knowledge, your relevance, your relationships. That is the one area where you will always, always have the upper hand.
All right, let's lump a few more of these myths together under one big umbrella. And that's the myth of the website as a solution. This idea that the site itself is going to solve all your business problems.
First up, the investment myth. So many agents think, phew, great, I bought the website, so now I can stop spending money on ads. No, no, no. The reality is, the website is the car. You still have to pay for the gas to make it go anywhere. Its real job isn't to create leads out of nothing, it's to capture and nurture the traffic you send to it.
And then there's the features myth. We get so caught up thinking more is better. We need chatbots and mortgage calculators and 50 different search filters. But all that stuff just adds clutter, slows the site down, and confuses people. The truth? Simplicity and speed win every time. Can a user find what they need and take the next step like fast? That's all that really matters.
Which brings us to the core truth of this whole thing, and it's so important. An IDX website is not a solution. Let me say that again. It is not a solution. It is one single component in a much larger system that you have to build.
Okay, so we've busted a lot of myths. If that's all wrong, then what does the real path to success actually look like? How are we supposed to be thinking about these websites?
Here it is. This is the system. Step 1, you have to drive traffic. That's your ads, your content, your social media. Step 2, your website's job is to capture and nurture that traffic when it arrives. Step 3, you move those captured leads over to your CRM. And step 4, the most important part, is your relentless, consistent follow-up to actually build the relationship. See? The website only handles one critical piece of that puzzle.
And that's really the heart of it all. The agents who fail with their websites, a lot of them have perfectly good sites. The problem isn't the tool. It's the totally unrealistic expectation of what that tool is supposed to do all by itself.
And this slide right here gives us the absolute perfect metaphor. On the left, you've got the billboard. It's passive. It just sits on the side of the road, hoping for the best. It's a dead end. But on the right, you have the storefront. It's active. It invites people in, it guides them, and it drives them toward a specific action. This is the fundamental difference between failure and success.
As our source material puts it so perfectly, the agents who win with IDX websites are the ones who treat them like storefronts, not billboards. They're the intentional shopkeepers, not just the people who paid to have a sign painting.
So let's wrap this all up. Here's what you really need to take away from this. A website is not a life raft. It is not going to save a broken business. But, and this is a big but, if you use it intentionally, if you see it for what it truly is, it can absolutely support and scale your success.
And that really just leaves us with one last really important question that you need to ask yourself right now. When you look at your own website, your own online presence, is it a passive billboard just sitting there waiting for something to happen? Or is it an active, intentional storefront ready to welcome and guide the customers that you bring through the door? Because honestly, the answer to that question will define your success.